Hey fellow beaders, it's JP. I hope you guys are doing well today. I have a new tutorial for you and it's going to be fun. It's these earrings that I have here, and I'm going to give you a close-up in a second. Here they are. And here's the back real quick. So these are fun earrings, and you know, what inspired this was that, you know, it's June, so wedding season is upon us, and they kind of look like something you can make for a bride to be this season. And I think she can wear those with, you know, you can make a whole set. The component is easy enough that you should be able to do it quickly and still make her a whole nice set with an earring, necklace, and bracelet. Let's see. So what else was I going to tell you? Anyway, that's it. I don't really have anything else to tell you. I'll give you a close-up of the earrings in a second. And I hope you guys like this. And enjoy. Bye. Okay, here is the close-up of the earrings. So this is going to be the tutorial for today. It's actually pretty simple to do. I'd say it's probably about an intermediate. I think a beginner can tackle it too. An advanced beginner should be able to tackle it. I've got, so someone had asked me for a little bit of herringbone in the design, or doing more stuff with herringbone. So this design actually incorporates the herringbone stitch into the design. You can kind of see it, and you'll have a better idea as I show you what we're doing. And let me show you the back. This is the back. So it's got a nice finished back. And you could almost wear them as reversible earrings if you're willing to like just flip your ear wires around. So this one's got a focus on the bigger pieces, or the bigger rondelles. This has a focus on the smaller. Anyway, as I said, these were inspired because of its wedding season, so I kind of use even the colors that are kind of more common in weddings. See a lot of creams and whites in weddings. So here's the materials that you're going to need. You're going to need 6x4 rondelles, or 4x6. I always forget the order of the number. And same thing here. These are 3x4s. So I use two colors that are very close. They're not quite the same color. I purchased these beads at Michael's, which is a local crafting store here in the US. So that's where I got those. But Shipwreck Beads, and I know Fusion Beads carries rondelles in both these sizes, so you can always get them there. In addition, I'm using 11O seed beads. Now, I don't have the color of these. They're Matsuno seed beads. And the number I have for them is 519A. So if you guys are wondering what color it is, I have no idea because it is not labeled on my tube. If I can, I might Google it and see if I can find it. Matsuno is not really great about having some kind of a seed bead chart, or at least I haven't been able to find one really well. Toho is much better about it, but yeah, I have a hard time with the Matsuno beads. So if I can find it, it'll be in the description box that's below the video where it says show more. Just look there. I also put a materials list down there. And last thing, if you guys would like to join my email newsletter, the link is also going to be in that description box down there. It's just JRPDesigns.net. Okay, let's get started. So to begin our earring, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your rondelle, your smaller one, your 4x3 or 3x4, whatever. I always forget the nomenclature. 2 11Os, then a rondelle, 2 11Os, and so forth. So you want to have 4 rondelles and 8 11Os. And once you have that, what you're going to do is tie a knot. So we're going to make a circle. And I'm just making a basic square knot, nothing else. There it is. I've got a little bit of a tail, which I will weave through and trim later. So you just want to go through the beads once more and reinforce our little circle here. So that's all I'm doing. And right, so I've gone all the way around. So I'm going to come out of one of the seed beads is what you want to do. You don't want to go through both, because what we're going to do now in this little step is we're going to do a little bit of herringbone. And so what you do is you pick up 2 11-ohs and you go through the 11-oh, the rondelle, and the next 11-oh. And you're going to want to give this a tug because you want this to sit the way the herringbone pattern is going to sit. So as you can see that. So, and I used a darker color thread just so you guys can see what's going on and see, and in this case the thread's being shown just so I'm using a light bead. The matte's light, so I think this will make it easier for you guys to follow. Okay, so, and then you're going to repeat this. So you're going to pick up 2 more of our 11-oh beads, and we're coming out of this 11-oh here. So we're going to go into the next 3 beads, which is going to be an 11-oh, the rondelle, and another 11-oh. And there you are. And again, we repeat. So pick up 2. Oops, I got 3. And go through 11-oh, rondelle, and 11-oh. So you may just have to make a little adjustment. So you can see it's almost already looking like a little bit of herringbone there. And we're going to pick up 2 again. And this time you're actually going to go through the 11-oh, the rondelle, and up into both of the 11-ohs there. So we're going to do one more round of herringbone. And I'm just getting the thread in place. Make sure the beads are sitting properly. There's no slack in the thread here. So you will have to kind of adjust the beads when you're first doing this. And that's all I'm doing, is just trying to get them to sit right. And they are. There we go. So now you're going to pick up 2 11-ohs again, and we are going to go down the 2 11-ohs here, the rondelle, and then we go up and the next 2. So that we're in position to add beads on this one now. So, and if you can't get through all the beads, don't worry. So if you just get through the 2 11-ohs and the rondelles, that's perfectly fine. So this is what the next round will look like. And then we're going to go up into these 2 11-oh beads. And so you may have to kind of watch your angle. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to go through them all at once, because it's actually a little bit easier than to kind of angle the needle in the right place. So there you go. I'm just going up those 2. I want to make sure my thread doesn't get wrapped around anything. Pick up 2. Go down these 2 11-ohs and the rondelle, and then I'm going to see if I can get up into both of the other 2. There we go. Okay, and there we are. Now we have to do this 2 more times. So I'm going to pick up 2. I'm going to go down the 2 and then through the rondelle and then up this next 2. So you can see I got through all of them, and I'm just going to make an adjustment, make sure the focus is good. And there we have it. Pick up 2, go through the 2 here and our rondelle. Now if you can go up into these next 3, that's fine. If not, we can just do that in the next step here. Alright, so far this is what your piece is going to look like. So you're going to have a little bit of herringbone, and you're between our 4 rondelles here. Now I'm going to go up into my 3 beads here. And like I said, this tends to be a little bit trickier just because of the way the beads are angled. And I'm having trouble not because it's tight, but again, it's getting that right angle for the beads to go through. And so I went through all of these 3 beads. I just took the needle up straight up. Now I'm going to pick up 1 11-0 bead, and I'm just going to go down this first bead in this herringbone pattern here in this row, and that's it. And then I'm going to pick up 1 11-0, then my larger rondelle beads, I believe these are, I forget, these are 5x6 or 6x5, and I'm going to go up into just the first bead, the top bead there. And that's what you get. Now you pick up another, just 1 11-0, and you go down into just that top bead. Then we pick up an 11-0, a rondelle, and an 11-0, and you go up just the top bead. Okay, so we're going to repeat this 2 more times. I'm going to pick up an 11-0, go down the first rondelle, first seed bead here. Then I'm going to pick up 11-0, a rondelle, and 11-0, and I'm going to go up. And that's what you should get. Now you pick up an 11-0. Just go through the first 11-0 here, and we're going to finish by picking up an 11-0, rondelle, 11-0, go through the first bead here, then if you want you can go into the bead that's kind of sitting as the point bead here, like I'm doing. And this is what you should have so far. So now what we're going to do is create the back of the earring. So if you remember from what I showed you earlier, this is what the back looks like. And that's what we want to create. And that's the next step. So we're going to make our way over to this rondelle, so you got to go through the 2 11-0s and the rondelle here. I'm going to pick up 5, my 11-0s. I'm just going to bring these a little closer. There's 5. I'm going to go around the rondelle, and that's what you get. Then you continue and go into the next rondelle. So you have to go through the 2 seed beads here, and also the seed bead that's at the point, but you might not be able to do it in this angle. So we're going to do it, and then, so we'll go through the point, and then the 2 seed beads, and then the rondelle. There you go. Now you pick up 5 11-ohs again, so we're just repeating what we just did. Go around the rondelle, and then continue through the seed beads. So the 2 here, then the 3. So the top point one here, and the 2 before that come before this next rondelle, like so. And repeat again, 5, 3, 4, and 5. Around the rondelle, then through the seed beads, so first 2, then the next 3 seed beads, 11-ohs, and last rondelle. Three, 4, and 5. Go around the rondelle, and this is what you should have. So I'm just going to flip the work so I can work in this direction, and I'm just going to get the tail pushed over to the other side. I'm going to go up the first 3 of my 5 here in this loop. I'm going to pick up 2 11-ohs, and then I'm going to go into just the middle 11-oh here in this next loop that's on the rondelle. Like so. And we repeat again. So we're doing 2 11-ohs and then through the middle. There's what you're getting. And we just got to do this 2 more times. Pick up 2, go through the middle, and the last time pick up 2, and this is our middle bead here where we started, and I'm just going to go through more of the beads again just to reinforce our, there it is. So that's the back all done, and I'm just going to go through these 11-ohs once more. As I said, I'm reinforcing. And I'm back to the beginning. And this is our front, just like this. And so now the next step, I'm going to go back to the back here. So I'm coming out of this seed bead right here. So, and that is part of that original loop that goes around the rondelle. So I'm going to go down the 2 side beads here, and I actually want to come out of the rondelle. So I'm going to go out of my rondelle, and I'm just going to turn back to the front now. Now for this next step, I'm going to pick up 7 11-oh beads, 5, 6, and I think I got 7 here. Yes, I do. And I'm going to go back around this rondelle here. Like so. I'm going to go up into the middle rondelle, so number 4, or not rondelle, seed bead, the 4th one. Like so. And now I'm going to pick up 8 of my 11 O's. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you're just going to go back around just that middle seed bead. And what we're doing is I'm making the ear wire. Now, go through the first 2 in this little circle here. Then pick up an 11-0 and go through the next 2. Like so. Pick up 1, 11-0, and go through the next 2. Like so. Again, repeat, pick up 1 and go through the next 3. Like so. So you should have your little diamond-shaped loop. Now go down into these 3 11-0 beads and then through the rondelle. Give everything a good tug. I'm just going to turn the work for a second and I'm going to go back up. So I'm just reinforcing this half loop that's around the rondelle. So I'm going to go through 3. Back through this middle one. And we can go through all of these again too. So go through 2. Then the points and 2, or if you can, oh, I got through all of them, so I got through 4. Then 2. And then the point, and we're back down. I got my thread wrapped around here somewhere, let's see. Okay, I fixed the thread issue, and now I'm just going to go down these last 3 and I make my way back down. So I just went straight down. So I got 1 more seed bead and then I'm just going to go down the rondelle like so. So now we have to make our dangle. So I'm going to go through these seed beads here. So I'm going to go through 2. Then into these next 2 and the rondelle, or 3, sorry, not 2, 3. The next 2. Basically, I'm just taking my time with this so that it just goes faster if you take your time with it actually, and then trying to like wrangle through more beads than you can. So, and actually, I just want to go through this one 11-0 here. And then what I'm going to do is pick up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 11-0s. Six 11-0s, my little smaller rondelle, another 11-0, actually 2. So I've got 6, 1 rondelle, 2, then pick up the big rondelle, and then 3 11-ohs, so now what you're going to do is skip the 3 11-ohs and go back through the rondelle like that, so you get a nice little picot here. Then what you're going to do is go up into the 2 11-ohs, our smaller 3x4 rondelle, and 1 11-oh right after the small rondelle. Like so, and now you get to pick up 5 11-oh beads and 5. And we go through this bead here. And there's the dangle. We're done. So now what we can do is basically it's time to tie off the thread. You can go back through and reinforce the dangle if you want. I don't think it's necessary. It's not a high stress point part of the beadwork. Not like this up here. Alright, so the thread wrapped around, and there we go. Just gonna have to watch out for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie a 1/2 inch knot here. Like so, and continue on. I'm gonna go through these seed beads, get this tail out of the way. Go through the next 3 seed beads, like so. And to make another knot here. Just doing 1/2 inch knots. And just gonna go through that rondelle and then the seed beads until I get to this last rondelle. And I want to make one more knot right between that seed bead and the rondelle. So I've made my 3 1/2 inch knots, and now it's just time to weave the thread away a little bit. So and now we can actually go back and reinforce our dangle here and just follow the thread path. So I'm weaving away the thread and in a sense also reinforcing it. Okay, we are done. So I'm just putting on my jump ring for my ear wire. So I've already had one open and ready to go. Okay, here we are. There's our earrings, guys. I hope you guys really like this tutorial. And let me, I will be doing a necklace for the next one. So let me give you a little sneak peek, since I know a lot of you have been asking me for a necklace. So I've been working on it. Here is the sneak peek of the necklace that I've started. And I know, like I said, someone had asked me to do some more herringbone, so I put a little herringbone in the design of the component. Now there will be a little bit more herringbone in the necklace design here. So here it is. And, well, I will see you next week.